I would have thought that a good pivot, and something I think they should have done from the beginning actually, is hang on, let's remember these are the guys who have been in power for the last 10 years. In this fight with Donald Trump, we are weaker as a result of the decisions they have made. They weaken the Canadian economy. And alongside all of that, by the way, you can't get a house. Crime is out of control. So these are the guys who have failed to address all of that. Why, having done all of this, weakened the country, made us weaker in this fight, would you now put these people in charge of dealing with Donald Trump? You do not reward the people who have put us in the position we are in. Also, these are the guys who've spent 10 years telling us we should be a bit embarrassed about being Canadians and about Canada. So really, this wrap themselves in the flag all of a sudden. I'm not sure this is for real. Now, that's a very hard message to distill down, but I do think you can do it.
But don't you feel Pierre Poilievre has been doing that? I wonder if the challenge he might be facing is one of tone and one of at least appearing to be agile enough to adapt to the situation. Because the way I look at it is, if he was clearer about demonstrating a Team Canada unity front on the external threat, to say, hey, I'm aligned. We're all on the same team. We're going to fight external threats together. And on that, I do not need to go after my opponents. But here's where I will go after my opponents, because it's one thing for us to be prepared to deal with external threats. But in order for us to be strong, we need to be strong at home. Right? We need to, domestically, we need to sort a lot of stuff out. And we are dealing with some significant challenge that are going to get in the way of us being strong against the external threats. We do have massive debt spending levels, high debt to GDP ratios. We do have the crime issues. We do have affordability issues. So yes, we need to do what we can, united front on the trade war stuff, but we also have to tighten our bootstraps, and we have to become a powerhouse domestically again. And I've got the plan to do that. Boom, 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 boom. I think it's one of tone and it's bridging, right?
And maybe the space for that would have been created had he done we're going to stand full square behind the government because this is a moment of existential threat. But know this, these guys have weakened us and we will hold them to account, and Canadians should hold them to account for their very many failings, right? Which there are very many, as you can always say of all governments, right? At the election, and that's where we'll have the fight. And we won't stop, and we won't apologise for reminding Canadians about how they weakened us. But right now, personal attacks, division, are not what Canadians want.